Gabriel Garcia Marquez once said, "The heart's memory eliminates the bad and magnifies the good," and thanks to this artifice, we manage to endure the burdens of the past. Powerful as a component of this habitual exercise, photography provides us with the visuals upon which we inscribe the alternate versions of a more tolerable past. Retrato, Spanish for portrait. When deconstructed onto its two components, this word becomes highly instructive in defining the role Spanish speakers have left vacant for photographs. The prefix re invites us to a do-over, a second chance. In essence, it caters to what Larson and Haldrup identified as the profound need people have to produce correct images. The preceding trato can be taken in one of two contexts. The first signifies a deal, a treaty of sorts, in which case the photograph becomes a negotiation between two, perhaps approximating most closely the dichotomy between the family we live with and the family we live by. Alternately, trato can also mean an attempt, to try, something to aspire towards, in which case photographs most closely resemble an intricate performance, as Hirsch puts it. In either case, retrato is the ongoing attempt between individuals to appear different than what they really are. In my family, we are all about retakes. As avid employers of trial and error, we have moved over a dozen times. In our various pilgrimages, we have hauled around a wide array of objects, much like nomadic turtles struggling with the physical and emotional weight of vestiges from the 1980s. Notoriously heavy are the photo albums my mother has kept. They are flaky and stained and impossible to hold with one hand. They are filled with relics from our past, and in a sense, they are the prologue to a story that was never told. Intrusive and voluminous, these narratives are speckled with the bubbles of antique air, caught between the cellophane that traps us in the past and the stained sheets of adhesive cardboard that anchor us in place. My personal photo album is dark blue with golden lines on its binding. It begins with a picture of my whole family, taken on October 6, 1989. I say whole both literally and to contrast with step and half, the prefixes attached to the mothers, fathers, and siblings I have acquired as a result of my parents' divorce in 1994. This photo was taken 8,530 feet above sea level in Bogota, Colombia. The Rey Bonilla family, as presented by the chemically stained surface of this piece of paper, germinates in this image. In it are four individuals, mother, father, and two daughters. All seem to be the wrong age to correspond to the same family. I cannot help but dwell upon the deafening youth of my mother, the frailty of her body, and the elasticity of her face, the way the expanse of the white bed swallows up her legs, reducing her to a torso held captive in the maternity ward. Though I am the casted protagonist for this play, the insignificance of my 6 pounds and 7 ounces deny me stardom, and camouflage me as another fold of fabric upon the bed. I am characterless, lifeless, too much of a rookie to know the protocol of picture-taking. I fail to assume the adequate stance, and in an eerie way, my recently birthed body, just colonizing the territory of life, seems to be more dead than alive. Even in this picture, where the idea of birth supposedly dominates, death manages to permeate. This picture serves as a mason jar of formaldehyde, where we are preserved beyond our mortality, and where our momentary family nucleus will never decompose. When framed in the larger story of our lives, the time when we were a family seems more like a footnote, rather than a defining fact. But of course, my father's genuine smile and my mother's secure embrace do not communicate any of this. Successfully dodging marginalization, my sister remains connected to the family, literally by grabbing my father's ear. In this way, she remains relevant by demanding his attention. I specifically like the way my sister's arms are positioned in a way which mirrors the way my mother's are. By mimicking my mother's cradle, my sister creates an effect of interactive proximity between our bodies, which visually identifies us as a family. This image is warm and jovial and innocent, and perhaps nothing more if left alone without a narrative. However, this photograph transcends the limits of the visual to become what Barthes refers to as an adventure, through my dual role as observed subject and subject observer. As an insider, I can attest that this image is no more than a simulacrum, a permissive and cruel means by which the four of us get a second chance as a family, trapped in the image of this two-dimensional hospital with its glossy surface that leaves me no choice than to notice the reflection of my present image superimposed on top of this one fleeting, yet eternally available moment as recorded in the pages of the family album. In this image, we already have the laser sight viewers resting on our foreheads. We are doomed, and the collective entity of the Rey Bonilla family will be connected only as a support group of survivors of a common tragedy. This image, regardless of depicting the epitome of familiarity, is extremely unheimlich, because I have no accessible memory of this arrangement of individuals as comprising a family. Simultaneously tragic and unnatural, this picture is a retrato unto its intricate most parts. It is a pocket of time that does not know or understand the pain and chaos and uncanny nature of divorce. Yet, it comforts me to know that the parts have been rehearsed and played out once before, and that it is just a matter of accessing the script and going over the lines in order for us to play house once again.